This is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
Morning, gang. Tuesday, the 11th of August, 2020. Good morning. I was just watching the opening video there. I quite fancy going for another bike ride down to that place that you saw at the end, you know, with the bridge and the big lake on it and all that. I fancy going down for another ride on that, but certainly not in this weather. Oh, my God, blimey, another hot night, weren't it? Dear me, I was downstairs last night trying to watch the telly while enjoying a pizza. Oh, I went for a posh pizza last night. Yes, I got up, after my afternoon sleep about 6 o'clock. I don't know, got back at 6 o'clock. I got up, watched a bit of telly in bed, and then dragged myself out of bed about 6:30 last night. And I started work on the quiz because I was a bit behind on the quiz. But it's all done now. The quiz is ready for tonight, boys and girls. I hope you've been watching the news stories and things like that. Have you? You know, I wouldn't never give you a clue. That would give you an unfair advantage as our daytime viewers. I couldn't possibly do anything about the chemical explosion in Beirut or what country indeed Beirut. Beirut. Did I say Beirut? Beirut. I can't read the news, dear. We'll leave that to Hugh Edwards and Matthew Alawaya, whatever his name is. He's a nice bloke. I like him. He's had some medical issues, hasn't he? The country Beirut is, of course, in the Lebanon. Just in case you wanted to know that, boys and girls. You know, there was an airplane crash last week in India, wasn't it? You remember that? And our good old friend has been in the news, old Lewis Hamilton, who won the 2019 Grand Prix. Do you remember that? Oh, such a good-looking chap, he really is. Poor old Simon Cowell fell off his bike this week, didn't he? Are you looking forward to, there's a celebrity, what's that called? The celebrity get me, that thing with Art and Deck in the jungle, which of course they're doing now at Gwynch Castle in Wales, aren't they? I hope you're listening. Gwynch Castle in Wales. Certainly are. I feel sorry for the old pensioners, bless their hearts. They're not getting to get their TV licences anymore, are they? And talking of BBC, that bloke on Radio 1, DJ Sideman, real name David Whitley. David Whitley, or Whiteley, Whitely. Yes, indeed. He's quit his job at the BBC Radio 1. Then there's been the terrible fire on Chobham Common. There's two. Remember, there's two actually. Cobham and Chobham. It's Chobham, isn't it? Is it Chobham? Was it Chobham Common or the big fire? Big fire. Hang on a big fire. Surrey. Was it Chobham or Cobham? Let me just double check I've got that right. It is Chobham, I thought so. Chobham Common. I hope you kept away from that. And then there's the old Labour leader screaming the race card. Dawn Butler is the name of that one. Dawn Butler, who was pulled over last week, wasn't she? Just a few items in the news, you know. I hope you've been taking full note of the news, boys and girls, this week, because you never know what I'm going to come out with the current affairs questions in round one of the quiz tonight, which for the first time is being beamed. Boy, we are being beamed. I do like to be beamed. We are being beamed into Central Station tonight for the very first time, and they're all playing down there. You may want to go. Go down to Central Station and be playing my quiz out there tonight, boys and girls. The thing is, down there, there's a prize. I think it's a £20 bar tab, which is not to be sniffed at. That's not bad at all, is it? I do believe that's the prize tonight down there, a £20 bar tab. We, of course, someone will tonight, as always on a Tuesday night, be winning one of our exclusive pens, which is all the way down there. Just a moment, please. There we are. Someone tonight will win one of our exclusive pens. I'm a Chris Reardon winner. There we go. Someone will win one of those tonight at our quiz. Not through the scoring, but for the free raffle that we do at the end of this evening's quiz. Okay? So that's it. And, of course, we've got the music round tonight. The music round will be coming out. I hope you'll be paying full attention. No clues on the music round. No clues. Oh, bless him heart. Glenn Campbell, Rhinestone Cowboy. Never can say goodbye, girl. Oranges and lemons. I'm not in love. Always look on the bright. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Stuck on you. Take my bread. I ask you, take her. Can't get by without you. No way. Tragedy. Da-da-da-da-da-da. But no clues. So don't forget, join us for the quiz tonight, gang. 8 o'clock is quiz time. And it's all ready to go. I've been working extensively, which I did last night. And I thought I fancy going down the Co-op. I fancy a pizza tonight. Posh pizza. I call it posh pizza because it's like £5.50. God damn. Horrified. Now, when it's £5.50 at the Co-op, and they are nice pizzas. I had one with DJ Chris the week before last. Went round to his house in London and got ourselves a couple of pizzas. But when it came out the oven, it looked really big. So we had half each. And I didn't tell him at the time. But after I had that half, I wanted the other half. But it doesn't matter. He did beans with his. He does beans with pizza. I don't do beans with pizza. So I had the whole one last night. And I walked from my house. I was so disappointed last night. I'll tell you why. Because Saturday morning, quite early on, about 8 o'clock in the morning, after I've had my breakfast, I go round the 4 houses here and pick up the rubbish, as you well know. Sunday was a particularly bad day. There was about a carrier bag full of rubbish. Tins, cans, generally drink cans. And not all in one place, just randomly scattered. Someone drunk of it and then just chucked it in the bushes. Of course, in this period of the year, spring and summer, all the bushes are coming up, so a little bit harder to find. Come the winter, everything dies. There's so much rubbish. Dirty, I'm sorry to swear, dirty, filthy bastards. Dirty, filthy people. Anyway, so that's what I usually do on a Sunday, and I walk round, and I feel quite proud of myself after I've picked that up. When you see old people sometimes, which you do at that time of the morning, they thank you. They thank you, and I don't do it for thanks. I just don't want to live in a dump. You know what I mean? But it tends to be cans and sandwich wrappers. So that was Sunday morning, and then last night, Monday night, 30 hours later, okay, I thought I'd go down the Co-op, get myself a pizza, and on the way down there, they're all back again. All back again. And what it tends to be is, as I say, drinks cans. There was one plastic moo bottle, some sort of milky drink, moo bottle, like a white plastic bottle, okay? The cans and sandwich wrappers. That's what it tends to be. When you get a packet of sandwich and a bit of cardboard and a bit of plastic from petrol stations, but this lot have come from the Co-op. It says on there, Co-op, and I picked them all up again. And there also seems to be these little plastic things. I don't know what they are, but they've got little sort of sections. One which looks like it might have had some sort of bread or sticks in it. And there's a little bit on the end there which has got some sort of juice or liquid that has been in it at some point. Looks like some sort of sticky stuff, but I suppose they'd been dipping something in. Just discarded on the floor. There's a bin there. That's what I don't get. There is a bin right on the corner. And they don't use it. No, they just eat it and chuck it in the thing. I hate it. I hate it so much you wouldn't believe. Dirty, filthy, disgusting people. And as I said before, when we were kids, if I did so much as drop one small sweet wrapper from a chocolate eclair or a boiled sweet on the floor, my mum would do a nut. Pick it up, Christopher. Not now. They don't care. I don't know. And then I'm walking back and then I could smell that smell. Marijuana, that smell. It's horrible. I can't bear that smell. Stinking stuff. And I looked up and there he is, lad with his dog, But they don't even hide it. They don't even hide it round here. They just carry on and smoke it as you walk past. Are they really that thick you can't smell? They think that you can't smell it? Or do they just not care anymore? I might as well smoke this. Nothing's going to happen to me. That's what I think it is. Anyway, I got into the Co-op. My friend Rob was in there. I didn't recognise him at first because he's had a bit of a butch haircut. He's one of us. Do you know what I mean? All right, Rob. Oh, hello, Chris. But I didn't say that. So I saw this bloke standing there. Don't tell him. I hope he's not watching this. And he's had like a haircut like mine. But he's younger than me, so he hasn't got the bit missing in the middle. And I looked up and I thought, oh, that looks quite nice. Anyway, I carried on doing my shopping, found my pizza straight away and carried it over. Hello, Chris. And I looked up and, of course, it's him. Oh, Rob, hello. I didn't recognise you. He said, yeah, I've shaved all my head off. I said, well, it looks good. It does look good. And had a little chat with him. And then I came back home and that's when I started picking up the rubbish on the way home. So I've got a handful of all these things, right? And then I spotted in the bushes this shiny plastic thing. I thought, right, I'll have that then. So I kind of moved the bushes over with my feet, and I've gone in to grab it, and it's an old ice cream wrapper. And guess what? They hadn't eaten all the ice cream, had they? So now, and it was a chocolate one. So it looks like I picked up a load of dog poo. Oh, it was awful. All over my hands. Nasty, sticky ice cream. Oh, God, I thought, oh, well. Anyway, I got back to my house with my left hand, opened the door and quickly sterilised. And I boiled a kettle of water up and poured it over my hand. Don't worry about the pain, love. Get rid of that bacteria. That was my sad, lonely, pathetic night last night. I have been watching a film actually, which I finished watching last night. October Sky. Absolutely delightful movie. It's a feel-good movie. It's completely clean. There, you can watch that with children. There is no swearing. There's no nothing like that. There's not even nothing. Nothing. It's so clean. It's so family friendly, and it's a feel-good film. And it's called October Sky, which is on Netflix. You may have seen it. You may not have seen it. And it's about this boy and his 3 friends, and they want to build a rocket. They want to build a rocket. His dad's a miner. Okay, he works. This is in. It took me a little while to get rid of the accent in my head. I was having trouble understanding it before it. You know how you tune in sometimes to accents, and someone starts talking, you can't understand a word they're saying, like Nicola Sturgeon, perhaps. You know. Okay, we're going to open the schools. We're going to close the schools. We're going to open the schools. Little Nicola Sturgeon, bless her heart. And she's on the news for 10 minutes. You know, for the first 9 minutes, you're trying to understand what the hell she's saying. And then you realise there's a subtitle thing on your remote control. So then you can understand her again. Wonderful, dear. Technology. It's wonderful, isn't it? So they've got this kind of deep American accent that took me a while to tune into. But once I was in there, it was a great film. As I say, his dad's a miner. And of course, this boy is growing up. And his dad, of course, wants him to follow in his footsteps. I think all fathers possibly want that. I think my dad wanted me to go and work in the newspapers. But I had no interest in that, really. Because my dad worked for the Evening Standard. And then that became Evening Standard, Daily Express, I think. And then they all kept joining up, didn't they? And he worked in Fleet Street, my dad. Yeah. Old smoky office. He didn't smoke, but I think his boss smoked. Bill Dighton was his boss. And it was all... I remember there being a lot of glass. A bit like, you know, when you see the old sort of 1950s, 1960 newspaper places in America on the telly. It was a bit like that. All wooden glass panelling, and my dad used to work there, you see. Anyway, this boy's dad works down the mines, but the boy doesn't really want to do it. And one night he's out, and Russia had sent up the first satellite, Sputnik. The first satellite had gone up, and all these people, miners and everyone, were standing outside looking at the sky. Well, we hope we see this tonight, and they're all looking up in the sky like this. And suddenly you see this bright thing going across the sky. And of course, there's no street lighting in those days. It was quite an old film. Would it be 1950s? That, I don't know, 50s or 60s, something like that, when that satellite went up and it's moving across the sky. And of course, this boy is enthralled by this light going across the sky, and all the old people are in there. Oh, I bet it's full of cameras. They're watching us all now. Well, if they weren't then, they are now. But that's okay, because we're not doing anything wrong, are we? And he decides he wants to build a rocket. And he starts rocket with limited success at first. They just kept exploding. But his dad caught on to this, and he didn't like it. He didn't want him to build a rocket. He wanted him to go down the mines, and there's a bit of argy-bargy going on between the two of them. But the ending is really nice and sad at the same time. There's a good part to the ending and a sad part. I won't tell you what it is in case you want to watch the film. But it's a really nice film, lovely film. 1 hour and 40 minutes, and it's called October Sky. And it's on Netflix. All right? So there we are. Yesterday afternoon, I went to Lidl. I hope Maureen's with us this morning. Maureen, I went to Lidl. Look what I've got. Cotton candy grapes. Yes. 3 packets of them. 3 packets of cotton candy grapes. These are so delicious. You've got to try them. Now, I got these ones from Lidl. Actually, I don't know how much they were. I've got 3 packets of these. I've got these from Lidl, cotton candy grapes. I believe you can get them elsewhere. I'm sure you can. But the thing is, they're not out for very long, okay? All right? They'll be out for a few weeks and then that's it till this time next year. So be warned. If you want to try these, go and get them now. Cotton candy grapes, Lidl, anywhere like that. Okay? And some new peels arrived for me today. Oh, my glasses aren't here. I've got 4 pairs of glasses downstairs. Oh, hang on. These are backup glasses. Look at these. These are very teacher-like. My old headmaster would have worn these, Mr. John McIntosh from London Oratory School. Pyrox cam things, these are. What are these? Is it one a day? Once a day with or just after food. So I tend to have these with my lunch, you know. I don't like to take too many pills at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So I have my what are these here? So I have these, as you know, 10 o'clock, my antivirus pills. And then I'll have these at about lunchtime. Now, these are anti-inflammation pills because they reckon that there's something that's inflamed there. That's what the doctor reckons. He didn't see me. I have seen someone, but that's what he reckons. I'm not convinced about that at all. I'm really not. I would like a X-ray or something like that. In actual fact, I've even thought now about looking for a specialist because I'm fed up with it. You know, this sort of pain here and now my stomach blows up all the time and you don't know what it is. So they're my new pills, 1 a day. But I have to have some sort of stomach lining pills with these as well, which I don't have with me. To stop, I don't know what they're for, the stomach lining pills, but I have one of those and one of those. So new things arriving here. Bit different from the gadgets yesterday, wasn't it? So that's that. What else of me? I must say I had my first one of these yesterday afternoon and I went for my afternoon sleep. When I woke up, I felt a bit out of it. I did feel a bit out of it. I don't know if that's one of the side effects, you know, sort of, I didn't feel ill. Didn't make me feel ill, just a little bit out of it. And there was another, I think there was another, either a pain relief pill or an anti-inflammatory pill I tried before once that did the same thing. So whether it was that pill or not, I don't know. I tend not to read the side effects because if you did, you know, you wouldn't take the pills. I mean, you seriously wouldn't. There was I once went. Don't laugh, dear. Don't laugh. I once went to the Boots the Chemist. You know, I'm having a little round along in the men's section over there, and I found this hair restorer stuff. You know, this is before I'd lost. I still had a bit there. Anyway, this was 50 quid a bottle. This was 50 quid, right? And I picked it up. Oh, 50 quid. That's a lot of money to spend on a bottle of stuff, isn't it? Unless, of course, it's a nice bottle of champagne or something like that. 50 quid on a bottle of hair restorer or whatever it was. You saw all these things in old films, didn't you? Didn't they have that in The Wizard of Oz? Was it The Wizard of Oz? Bloke came around. No, it wasn't The Wizard of Oz. Some children's film where a bloke turns up with all these things, and one of the things on his little stand was a hair restorer that was flogging to people that didn't do anything. A bit like that, so in Boots the Chemist. And then I picked up the thing, the side effects. Do not take if you've got heart problems, this, that, the other. I'll put it back on the shelf. Terrified to take the stuff or rub it in, whatever you had to do. I didn't get that far. I saw all the side effects and put it back on the shelf immediately. So I tend not to read the side effects things on doctors. And if something happens, then I might read the side effects there. What else have we got? We've got a couple of things to show you today, gang. How many likes have we got at the moment? Let's have a little quick look there. We have 5 likes. Is that all? Good God. We want 20 likes this morning. 20 likes this morning. And for those, in exchange for 20 likes, I have a cat video, a very short cat video, 2 pictures from John Parish, and my latest DIY picture. Chris Reardon, DIY Services, is back in the house, and I have a little picture, just one, a little picture to show you my latest DIY efforts as performed yesterday afternoon, live and exclusively on this channel this afternoon. Tell all your friends, they will want to see this. They will want to see that. So, all right, so we'll have 20 likes for that, please. We've got 12 at the moment. Very hot on the bike, I have to say, yesterday. Oh, I got really hot. Literally, I left here, after the show, about 11 o'clock, something like that, 11 o'clock. I went via the post office to post off your parcels from Sunday night. Mike Rees-Ponto's mug went in the post, and fridge magnets and to various people. Everything's in the post at the moment. Okay, so I cycled down to the post office just to drop those off, and that's when I went to Lidl. I got ever so hot on the bike. Oh Christ, yeah. And I didn't take my normal route. I thought, oh well, I'll go down that way this time, and I'll probably be able to cut through at the end. No, got lost again. Every single time I get lost. Getting lost and DIY, two of my perhaps least not very good aspects of my sad, lonely, pathetic life. It really is. Never mind, darlings. American Express. American Express nearly got scammed. I'll tell you about that a little bit later on. Nearly got scammed yesterday. Very, very nearly. This morning, and last night actually, I was in the kitchen. There's a smell in here. Now, I'd just done the pizza, and I thought it might be perhaps something else had been in the oven and had burnt. You know, perhaps there was something left in the oven from a couple of days ago. Not something large, like perhaps a piece of bread or something. There's a funny smell in here. I thought it must be the pizza. Anyway, this morning, actually not just last night, it was the day before. It's a slight smell, and it got worse last night. So I'm opening my cupboard. You know, maybe I've left a bag of carrots in the cupboard and they've gone off or something. Can't find it anywhere. And this morning, I've gone downstairs, opened the kitchen door. Oh, it's that smell again. It's slightly stronger again. And I thought, I know that smell. I know that smell now. What is it? And it was my washing. It was my washing. I think the week, I was a bit slow putting it away, to be honest. The week before last, I did some washing. Hung it on the line. I don't think it was quite dry. So you know what I mean about this, ladies. I brought it in and just literally put it all over one chair. And it was that. That's what's causing the smell. Not horrifically bad, but nevertheless a smell that you don't like. An offensive smell in the kitchen. So just before the show this morning, I've chucked it all in the washing machine. Right, and I've put it on. I've put this washing machine on, and whirring around it goes. And I've walked over, and there's one item I've missed. One item I've missed, and I picked it up, and that's, of course, that's the worst one of the lot. That appears to be where most of the smell is coming from. Just happens to be a pillow cover. Oh, it stinks. So I'll have to wash that as well now. I might hang it outside today. I can't bear that smell in the kitchen. Television this morning. I watched a couple of channels this morning. Where is Andy Peters? On ITV Breakfast Time. Where's Andy Peters? Only to be replaced by some woman who's nowhere near as happy and as good as him. She's all right, but it's not Andy Peters. Please reinstate Andy Peters immediately in the morning. From children's BBC to ITV Breakfast Time. I don't know what he did in between, to be honest. Did he read the news round news? You know, John Craven's news round. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. That one. Did he do the news on News Round, Andy Peters? I don't know if he did or not, actually. But he wasn't on this morning. Most disappointed. I'd like to see his happy, cheery face in the morning. We don't like people miserable in the morning. Not like that Charlie on BBC Breakfast. He wasn't on there this morning. It's the fat bloke with the beard. He was on there this morning. And talking of BBC Breakfast, I switched across to there. And there's some bloke talking about allotments. He's got allotments. Now, he said South London. It came up at the bottom of the screen, South London. But then they said he was in Beckenham. Well, that's not in South London, is it? That's Kent. Beckenham, isn't it? Or do they class it as South London? It's like my mate who lives here. Now, we live, as you know, in Bracknell. I'm in Bracknell. This television spectacular this morning is coming to you from Television Centre here in Bracknell, Royal Berkshire at the Mirrorball Studios, as indicated by the slowly revolving mirror ball behind me there. Right? Do you know what my mate tells? And he lives in Bracknell, just up the road as well. Do you know what he tells people he lives? Oh, I live in, what's he say? He lives in West Ascot. Or I think he says South Ascot. He calls it South Ascot or West Windsor. That's what he tells people. Oh, I live in West Windsor. Well, it's called, he says it's twixt West Windsor, South Ascot. No, it ain't. It's Bracknell. Lying toe rag. It's Bracknell, dear. Bracknell. And that's it. Anyway, so this bloke's on the telly this morning and they're interviewing an absolutely delightful character. Can't remember his name now, but he was very well dressed to be down at an allotment. He had like a little trilby hat on, really nice shirt, and he was an absolute delight to listen to. And he's got an allotment. And he was saying that he'd always wanted a farm, but he's got an allotment now, and it showed all these things that he was growing. And his favourite thing to grow happens to be one of the easiest things I've ever grown in my life, runner beans. Oh my God, they are incredibly easy to grow. And they seem to grow in half shade, because my garden only gets the sun for a few hours a day. And you just pop them in, and within a matter of days, you get a little shoot up, and it quickly goes up a stick or something like that. If you can do sort of, I don't know what you call them, wigwam sticks, where it's like a kind of wigwam type affair, and they climb up there, or some sort of framework. They go up there, and the amount of runner beans you get off those is unbelievable. So easy to grow. And he was saying that was his favourite thing to grow as well. But he was saying, he said, I can't believe like you're in South London and you're surrounded by all these allotments. Well, Beckenham isn't South London, it's Kent, isn't it? So he was saying South London, and it also came up on the caption there, South London. I think he was being interviewed by the incredibly lovely lady Carol Kirkwood, who does the weather, doesn't she? So that was nice. Have you ever had an allotment? Or maybe you've got one. I had one many, many years ago, going back here about 20 years. And I've got a garden here, but I wanted something a little bit bigger. And I didn't want to spoil the garden by digging it up and planting vegetables everywhere. So I got this allotment from Bracknell Council, and I literally, perhaps I got the right day, I got there. She said, well, you're very lucky. We got a couple at the moment. Usually there's a wait. But we've got one, and I think it was ridiculously cheap. Something like £10 a year for this piece of ground. Anyway, they paid me £10, and I'm all happy and that. Where is it, please? She said, they're marked out. Okay, so that's your... Right, okay. So to get there, I had to load up my car, shovels, seeds, things like that, you know. I went down there, found my allotment, and I was just astonished at the size of it. I thought, my God, that's enormous. Absolutely enormous this allotment was. Anyway, I think I planted a few carrot seeds. But of course there were weeds and things like that to tend to. And I think within a few weeks I just gave it up. I thought, oh, I can't be doing with this. It wasn't so much the work on the allotment. It was the fact that I had to load up the car with shovels and rakes and things like that and drive there. Whereas had I perhaps dug up the garden, I'd just go out my door and start work, wouldn't I? It was all the loading up the car and all that. So I didn't bother in the end. But I wonder, have any of you got allotments? Because I quite like growing things. Things tend to grow better up in Lincolnshire, outside my Lincolnshire television studio complex Caravan. Okay, they tend to grow very well there because it's south-facing. Anything I put along that front there, my God, it just comes up. Unless it dries out too much, because everything's in pots there. I don't actually have a sort of a piece of land, so to speak, that I can dig up. It's pots, some big, some small. The only thing is with pots, you need to water them every day, every single day. Miss a week, you come back, you might be all right. Miss any more than a week, certainly in weather like this. In weather like this, you've got to be watering those pots every single day. And of course, with the lockdown, there was a period of time, January, February, March, April, May, June, 5 months I couldn't water them. They would have had a little bit of water with rain, I suppose, but not an awful lot. And my sister and brother-in-law, and indeed my nephew and the 2 kids, they did their best. Now and again they'd go around there and water them, but they couldn't. I mean, you can't expect people to go around there every single day and water them. And when I got back there sort of a few weeks ago now, my hydrangeas, they're just skeletons, you know, they'd really suffered in this dry weather. And I've no doubt that when I go back next week again, the same thing will have happened because of this very hot weather. But have you had an allotment as a matter of interest, or have you got one, and do you enjoy doing it? Let's say hello to some of you this morning. Morning to Jason Hughes, Gary 2 Tickets Ross, good morning. Diane Jebb, Michael Pullman, hello to you in Australia. Peter writes there, Andy, Mr. Mick Davenport, morning. Scrolling quickly now. Mike Responto. Hope you get your mug today, if not tomorrow, Mike. First class as always, darling. We don't do second class here, dear. Second class? That's for peasants, darling. Peasants. Peasants, dear. Same peasants that are dropping their rubbish around my house. Morning, Mike Responto. Hello to Adam the plumber. Morning, Adam. That's just jumped all the way down there. There we are. Scrolling, just scrolling by the light of the moon above. Dr. Gregorian, good morning to you. There's Gary, my nephew Gary. Morning, Gary. There's our Shania, head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight. Mark Bowles and his sweaty shorts. Good morning, Mark. Hello, Paul and Lou. They're only here for the first half of the show. I've heard it's Good Morning, Chris. Do you think we should rename the show then? Good Morning, Bracknell. Or it's a Good Morning, Chapel Hill. Good Morning, United Kingdom. Something like that. Eh? We're going to have Lorraine in the studio. What is that language she talks? Little Lorraine, bless. I bet she can talk to Nicola Sturgeon and not even have to have the subtitles on. Little Lorraine, bless her up. Morning to John Aitken. Hello to you. Lewis Hamilton. Shania is her favourite F1 driver. Oh, Shania, we've got our eyes on the same man. There might have to be a fight, my love. Fight! Fight! Hello to Gareth Loxton. Good morning, Gareth. Let's just scroll down there. So I'll find, just do some name checks for you. Morning to Peter Palawoda. Was the fire on Chobham Common started by the Martians? I don't know. I wasn't there at the time, Peter. Perhaps it was, dear. Perhaps it was. Morning to fun things to do with tech. Excuse me. Sorry. Mari Lowe. Good morning, Mari. Mark, you're on naughty, dear. Fun things to do with tech. Just got my 32-inch TV into 4-quad HDMI system. One laptop on my other PC. It's crazy. I can keep chat on one side and YouTube on the other side. Yeah, unfortunately, it requires a little bit of technical knowledge, which clearly you're good at, to do something like that. You know, most of us, certainly me, I've struggled with stuff now. Very difficult to operate anything, to be honest. Good morning to the Shed Singer. Morning from a caravan in Ingermills in Skegness. I know that one, Shed Singer. Are you on the Caravan Group, incidentally? Are you on the static Caravan Group thing? We've got a few people on there on Ingermills, Ingoldmills, isn't it? Ingoldmills, there we are. Good morning to Park Nest. Hello to Park Nest. Sputnik 1. 1957. Okay, so that program, film I saw, October Sky, was set in 1957. It's such a nice film. It really is. Let's just scroll down. There's so many. Good morning to Mixed Mowers. Morning, Mixed Mowers in the house today. Inflamed spleen. Maybe it could be. It certainly felt like someone was shoving a nail in there. A needle or something in there. Just there it is. Just there. It's been going on for so long now, but I better take the pills, and then he said if it doesn't improve it, come back after 2 weeks. So I've started the pills now. Morning to a filthy peasant. Hello to you, Sherry DMP. There with a cookery channel and Legoland. Good morning, Sherry. It's cheaper to get a wig, says Mick. Have you got one? You're proud of your head though, aren't you, Mick? I know. I've seen you on the telly, love. It's another TV programme there. Thank you. Mick Davenport, naproxen. And they gave me a bad stomach. That's the one, Mick. Naproxen. They sent me a bit weird. You know, it's a little bit like going out to a rave years ago, to be honest. You know what I mean? In the 1990s. Naproxen, that was the other one. Yeah, so they put a little note on my medical record in there. John uses John Frieda's hair thickening spray. It didn't work. 20 quid a bottle. Go and get your money better. Morning to Maureen. Texted in this morning. Morning, Maureen. There's Yin's long-lost cousin. Me found new love. Lovely. Mick has the problem with damp pants smelling as well. Isn't it awful, Mick? Mark Bowles has got smelly shorts, but he won't send them to me. I keep asking him. Andy Peters is doing a Lorraine show this week. That's where he is. I quite like him, Andy Peters. He's quite, I don't fancy him, but he's fun, isn't he? He's a fun person. We like fun people there. There you go. Parkness, Beckenham is in Kent. It's the birthplace of the late, great Bob Monkhouse. Oh, yeah. What's that thing he did? Bob's Full House. I liked Bob's Full House. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. And master of the house, Bob Monkhouse. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. I love it. Bob's Full House. I must try and play that one on the piano as a question. Bob's Full House. Yes. I'll try and play that one on the piano. Thank you very much. Morning to Daniel Woodhouse. Hello to you. Have we said hello to everyone this morning now? Morning to John Parish. Good morning, John. Oh, John. Well, you gave and you gave without taking 19 likes. We only want one more like, and then I can show you the pictures. A very short video of a pussycat. Here, pussy, pussy. Here, pussy, pussy. Picture of the cats. We've got DIY. We've got pictures from JP as well. And by the way, the pineapples are back today. Pineapples with check shirt, which I didn't think would match. And I've decided it does match. Because I am, of course, a fashion leader. As you well know, I lead, others follow. Right. That's all my notes there. I nearly got scammed. American Express. Yes, American Express. So yesterday, I had to do my stuff in the afternoon. I went into the bedroom because it was so hot. It was about 3:30, I suppose. 3:30 in the afternoon. I had a bit cold air on in it. We got Tory air conditioning here. Tory air conditioning. I know our Labour friends out there, they're happy with a fan. We're not happy with fans, darling. All they do is blow around hot air. You don't ever want to put one in front of my mouth, my loves. I'll tell you that now. That the hot air that comes out of my mouth is to be seen to be believed. Really. No, we've got Tory air conditioning in the bedroom. So I've gone in there, opened the door, all lovely and cool, because I've already cooled it down for about half an hour. Closed the door, put the telly on. 10 minutes of the news, turned it off, and my phone, I thought I'd just check my emails, and there's an email. There's an email on my phone, and actually I'll read it off the television screen, and it says from American Express, American Express safe key. I don't know what this is. Never had this before. And it's come through the email. So I'm thinking, nah, that looks like a phishing email or a scam, something like that. So generally I'll ignore this. Dear card member, and it gives you a number. This gives you the number, your all one-time code. It's valid for 10 minutes to complete the online purchase using American Express card ending, and then it gives some numbers, which happen to be my numbers. If you are not attempting the online purchase that triggered this one-time code, please call us immediately on the number on the back of your card. And I stopped reading it. I thought, nah, it's another scam. Another scam. Someone's about to ask me for my account details. I'll ignore it. Right? Anyway, so I put the phone down. And I'm just nodding off. And unusually, I hadn't turned the phone off. And a text came through. And I picked up the text. Right? Here it is. From Amex. And it gives a number, which is the same number as on the email. Number is your safe key one-time code. It's valid for 10 minutes on your Amex code ending, and then gives my Amex code, my Amex card number, American Express card number. And I thought, now that's odd. I don't really ever get a text as a scam and an email. I don't think I've ever got a text and an email within the space of a few minutes of each other with something to do with American Express. So I looked back at the email, and what raised the alarm for me really was where it said, please call us immediately on the number of the back of your card. Now, if there had been a number on the email, I might very well have ignored that. Because often scammers, they will send you something. Perhaps they found out your details somehow. Maybe someone's been watching you, something like that, and they got your numbers. If there had been a number there, and what happens is that number is not American Express, right? So you type it in, someone like, oh, hello, American Express, how can I help you, please? You know, all that business. And then you say, okay, can I just take your details? What's the password on the account, please? Most people, very sadly, will then tell them their password, right? You've rung a number that isn't American Express. But it was the fact that it said, ring the number on the back of your card. I thought, well, that can't be a scam. So I've run this number. Some lady answered in Welsh Wales. No, was she in Wales? Or no, that was someone else I spoke to earlier. That was, I think, India. There's someone in India. Irrelevant, really. So someone answers the phone. Hello, it's American Express here. Hello, I've got a one-time code. I don't know what this for. Okay. And then she says, am I speaking to? Yes, you are. Okay. Okay, can I just go through some details, the security questions, date of birth, your passcode and all this business? Anyway, she said, okay, I'll bring up the system. One moment, please. She said, okay, can you tell me what you last bought with your card? I said, yes, I used Apple Pay, and I've been to Lidl this morning. That would be about 11:30, and I spent about 25 quid in there. Okay, she says, tapping away. She's tapping away. Right, she's just getting the information up now. Just a moment. Have you been online this morning to Asda? And I said, no, I've never bought anything online from Asda before. She said, okay, we've got a payment here for £200 ordering clothes items from Asda. I mean, the embarrassment of it. Someone actually thinking I would be buying £200 worth of clothes from Asda. I've never been so embarrassed all my life. But that's what it was. Someone had tried to order £200 worth of clothing from Asda a little while earlier. And I'm just astounded because I haven't lost my card. I never show it to anyone else, really. Not really. I don't think anyone's ever seen my American Express card, really. I never show it to anyone. I'm always careful. I don't go to holes in machines. I don't use it to take money out. The only thing I use it for is to waft across some blooming machine somewhere, which I rarely do now because I'm using the Apple Pay. You just touch this on it. But no, sure enough, someone had tried to get £200 worth of clothes from Asda. And I'm saying to this lady, well, how is that even possible? I don't understand how that's possible. And she said it's online fraud. She says it's a lot of it. A lot of online fraud goes on. And we are, and now this has happened to you, we'll be watching your account very carefully and seeing what's what. And she said, I've immediately stopped your card. It's stopped now. You won't be charged anything. The £200 besides, because you never replied to the email with the one-off code thing, she said you won't lose any money. Nothing's gone out of your account. And that's it. And she said, we'll send you out, and this is very good, this. We'll send out another card. It should be with you up to 10 days, usually within 2, she said. But Apple Pay, we'll update your Apple Pay details. You haven't got to do anything. And in an hour's time, you'll be able to use that again, Apple Pay. How fantastic is that? It's good, isn't it? Not only that, last night I wanted to order a couple of things. I hope she's not watching at the moment. My sister's birthday present I ordered from Amazon. That seemed to go through all right. And I also ordered some new prizes. I never tell you what they are until they come, because I think that they're kind of... These particular prizes are kind of novel. They're novelty things. I think they'll probably go as a main bingo prize. They're a little bit too expensive to go as a small bingo prize. But there's a. I just came across them by accident last night, so I immediately ordered some of these. They're quite funny. When they come, you'll see them. So I ordered those last night, and that was on. That was with my PayPal. So I ordered stuff with PayPal. That seemed to all work last night. But yeah, very clever. So for an hour you can't use your Apple Pay, and then it just starts working. And I looked at my Apple Pay details. Hang on, how does that work now? Do I have to do that twice or something? I can never remember. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So that's. Oh wow. Okay. Well, obviously I won't show it to you, but there's a. what happens when you get your Apple Pay? You touch it and your card comes up on the screen, and then the last few numbers are on the card, and that's a different number now. That's a different number on there, so that's all done automatically. So very good, very impressed with the service from American Express. What slightly bemused me was the fact that this email and text arrived. Great that that's happened, but I've never had it before. You see what I mean? I've ordered stuff before, Amazon perhaps. You know, I've ordered, not recently, I've ordered a laptop off Amazon. You know, perhaps expensive items occasionally, not often, but occasionally expensive items. I've been shopping in, shall we say, designer outlets before. You know, like Ralph Lauren or something like that. I've been there and spent, you know, a couple of £100 in there. Again, not recently, probably 1 or 2, but no, not even 1 year, probably 2 years ago. I haven't bought clothes for ages now. And stuff like that. Yet I've never had one of these, what's it called again? Safe key one-time codes. So what is it that triggered them to send this code this time? Whereas before, I've been out buying stuff, you know, left, right and centre, you know. Oh, there's a card, there's a card, there's a card, you know. I've never had one of these cards sent to me. I spoke to my mate about this. He said, have you ever ordered anything from Asda before with your card of that amount? And I'm like, well, no. He said, that's what triggered it then, probably. They know that you don't spend £200 in Asda on clothes. Not that there's anything wrong with them. You know, my mate Adam the plumber, he bought me a couple of beautiful shirts from Asda recently, which you've seen, the flower one and the flamingo one. Beautiful shirts, you know. But me personally, I just don't buy clothes from Asda. Not really. Perhaps I should start. I mean, I'm sure their selection of shirts is rather wonderful in there. Not just those two. But I just a little bit bemused in what made them send me that particular thing there. Again, last week I ordered, a couple of weeks ago, I ordered some prizes, which were a little bit pricey. They aren't here yet. There's been a bit of delay with those ones. But they were pricey, but no one-time code or anything like that. Strange, isn't it? Perhaps it's the way that you type the numbers in and something like that. I don't know. But for this one, which was fraud, basically, for this one, they've picked it straight up and sent me this code, which, of course, I didn't complete because I thought it looked a bit dodgy. But there we are, very nearly scammed. I expect 1 or 2 of you have been scammed before. I like to think I'm pretty savvy at spotting any sort of scam or anything like that that's going on at the time. But this one has completely bemused me. I just don't know how they've managed to do that. Or try to manage to do that. Anyway, they got sod all from me, mate. Like most people. Very pleased to say. Got nothing from me. I wonder if that's followed up now. Will they find out where that person or persons live and sort of send the police round there? We don't know what happens really, do we? You know? No idea what happens. I did get scammed many, many years ago. About 26 years ago. I'd met this bloke and... very quickly he moved in, you know, flat in Wandsworth, excuse me. And he'd been there a while. And then one day I went to work, I said, I'll see you later. I went to work, come back again and rung the doorbell and there's no answer. That's funny because I'd left my keys in, I had door keys in there with him. And I kept ringing this bell, nothing. Eventually I had to ring... Was it my mum or someone? I said, I've left my keys. Can I come and get my keys? Went and got my keys. Went in there and he'd gone. He'd gone. All the lights were on. The iron was left on, plugged in. The telly was on. Everything was on. I thought, well, that's weird. Anyway, so I don't know what it was, but I thought I better check my well, I didn't have a credit card then, bank card and, you know, the check guarantee card, which we don't have anymore, of course. And they were gone. And I thought, oh, no. So I've rung up the bank, I think, and, okay, we'll just look at that for you. We'll come back to you in a few days. And I think they came back to me and said, yes, someone's put through checks, but don't worry. You informed us straight away, so you won't be liable for any of this. He'd bought a train ticket to go somewhere and spent a few £100. But the bank said, but don't worry. He said, we won't even pay out to the shop. for this money because the signature on the cheque was nothing like the signature on the bank account. Yet the shop took it. So the shop is at lost the money. The bank never lost the money. They wouldn't pay them. Wouldn't pay them. The signatures was nothing like that. Anyway, so that was it. I said, can you tell me what happens? No, I'm afraid not, sir. That's out of your hands now. We just make sure you lose no money, and then that's it. We don't tell you anymore. Okay, thank you very much. Years passed. 10 years, and I was DJing in a pub, and he turns up. He says, oh my God. He said, and he came up to me. I didn't recognise him. He looked so ill. He looked really ill, actually. And he came up to me. He said, all right, I just want to say sorry for what I did all those years ago. Of course, I couldn't do anything. I was working. Fancy coming up to someone when they're working like that. And he apologised profusely. And he said, you know, I went to prison over that, don't you? I said, no. He said, oh, yeah. He said they found where I was. I had to go to court and they sent me to prison for fraud. I never knew because they don't tell you. Once you've gone to the bank, you've reported it. They've given you your money back. That's it. None of your business anymore. And then they carry it through. I wonder if American Express will do that with that thing I've got. Although there's probably so many people doing it these days, isn't there, really? When you think about it. But anyway, that was my fraud things there. Let's see if it's happened to any of you lot out there. Peter said that the fraudsters probably dithered or got cold feet. Yes. Let's have a look there. Anyone else talking about the frauds? Anyone else been defrauded? I suppose I can't stand fraud. You know, I know people that every time they go on, it's disgusting. I've known people that every time they go on holiday, they lose a camera. Oh yes, or a mobile phone. They haven't done anything of the sort. Haven't lost anything of the sort. And then they claim to the insurance people and get a couple of £100. I can't stand anything like that, defrauding. It upsets me. People that have disability badges who can blooming walk. Now, you may well be disabled. Okay? You may be disabled. But if you can walk, then you don't deserve a badge. You can damn well walk from that parking space that is 3 more yards further away from the shop. Then that one, the disabled badges are for people who are physically disabled and cannot walk. They're not for people with anxiety who have to rush around to their little safe rooms because they can't cope with life. They are for people who are physically disabled or can't see or something like that that stops them moving. Not for people, perhaps, and we all see them, not for people that have got something. You know, they may well have a disability that stops them doing something else. But if you can walk, you don't deserve one of those badges. That's what I reckon. Anyway, let's have a little look here. Anyone else talking about that? Parkness, Georgia, Asda and Primark are the clothes shops of choice for Parkness there. Which is all well and good, but I doubt very much that you'll still have those clothes in like 25 years' time. Or most of these shirts here, this is probably about 10 years old, this one. I've got shirts in that cupboard that are like 20, 25 years old now. Some of them don't fit at the moment. We're trying. Although after the pizza last night, that's not all I had. That was bad last night. Yesterday afternoon, there I am about to go to bed, and then I heard it. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, it's the ice cream man. And I haven't had an ice cream from an ice cream man for at least 5 days. And I know our ice cream man round here is absolutely gorgeous. He's about 30. He is stunning. Stunning. And I thought, I wondered if I should put on a small pair of shorts as I ran out the house to grab. I don't think I even wanted the ice cream. I just wanted to go and perv over him. I'm sure that was the case. Anyway, I've come out the house. Ding, 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 ding. They don't have bells anymore, do they? He had this blooming volume up to maximum. They must have heard it 5 streets away. Anyway, I've gone out there with the fiver in my hand. I thought, I'll have an ice cream. There's a delightful little girl, that eye. But that high she was. She's her mum's with her, and she just got this ice cream. I thought, well, I wonder how long before that goes on the floor. And he's given her the ice cream, £2 or whatever it was like that, with a flake in the side. And I was looking behind me and turned around, and this little girl saying hello to me. So hello, like that. There was a bloke there as well. So he served them, and then it was my turn. And I saw on that, he's got a little picture of all his stuff there. Not a very large selection of stuff, I have to say, like what I've seen perhaps on the beach in Skegness. Yeah, you go down to the beach on Skegness, there's these boards outside the ice cream places, and about 8 million different types of ice cream, or at least one type of ice cream, but all what you can have on top of it. Like coatings and little sprinkles and things like that. Wonderful. Wonderful, really. And it's got, but he hasn't got all that. But then again, he's only got a little outfit there, isn't he? He hasn't got much going on there. So in the top left-hand corner, it says large, and in brackets, this is really big. £4. I thought, go on then. I said, let's try one of those large ones there. And he said, all right, mate. All right, mate. He dropped his voice. All right, mate. And filled this, and it was enormous, this ice cream. It's just in a normal size cone, but it went up like, how do they do that? I've been in Pizza Hut before, and they've got one of those machines, like that. You can't do it. So difficult. Why is that so difficult? Not as difficult as DIY, which I'll show you in a minute. Thank you for your likes. Pictures coming up. They got the little curly thing up there, and he put 2 flakes, one in each side, like a pair of ears. Oh, it was delicious. 2 bad things yesterday. Ice cream and a large pizza from the Co-op. £5.50, posh pizza. But when I was in the Co-op last night, I didn't buy any more ice cream, so that's a good thing. I've got my candy floss grapes, as recommended by Maureen from Lidl. Anyone saying anything else there about the transactions, all that? Peter, banks sweep scams under the carpet, bad publicity. Fraudsters. Oh, I've read that bit there. Anyone else talking about that there? No bum. Jason, anything over £10 sends alarm bells. What? More like £5, darling. £5. Worked with a victim of identity theft. Brought him to his knees mentally. Did you? Yes. Identity theft is a very serious thing, isn't it? That's when they nick your identity, like Chris Reardon, address and all that business, Daniel's off on the train. Mark's collecting autographs this morning, are you? Yeah. Is that everyone there? Okay. I think there's no one else talking about that thing there. Here we go. John Parish. Someone purchased furniture using my Amex a few years ago back. Amex were great, all sorted in 10 minutes. That was the case with me, actually. They were very, very good on the phone, John. Very, very good. In John's case, all sorted in 10 minutes, new card sent. I must admit, it made me a bit paranoid for a while, as it has done me, because I don't know how they've got the number. How did they type this number? I've got virus thing on the computer, anti-key checking thing and all that business. Really weird. Really weird. Right. Mike uses Apple Pay too. Safest way if you have an iPhone. Yeah, I use that on here all the time now. I know that can be used in Lidl and Aldi, and it's very easy. It took me months to get it to work right. Because I'd go to the till, and when she says, how do you want Apple Pay? I'd start pushing this. Well, you don't have to do that, do you? But no one told me. No one told. People have seen me struggling at tills doing the Apple Pay. And you do this and that, and no, that's still not working. Hang on a minute, I can't get it up. And then it was only a couple of weeks ago, I happened to get the phone out, and I think I waved it near the thing before I'd paid for it, and immediately the thing come up, and I thought, hang on a minute, I don't think you have to push the button. And you don't. No one told me. How are you supposed to know this stuff? No one explains anything, do they? Shania says maybe the payment location was different to normal, said Shania. Well, as I say, I've never ever ordered anything from Asda online. On the other hand, when I bought the latest prizes, which were a little bit pricey, a couple of weeks ago, I'd never bought from them before. So why didn't I get a card from them? There must be something else there that the card operator, in this case Amex, can see that is different to what you normally do than from what I can see or what you can see. Do you know what I mean? Very dodgy. Very dodgy. Parknest got scammed. I noticed some unusual transactions on bank statement before the days of chip and pin when card numbers and expiry dates were visible. Yes, I mean, I suppose it would have been really easy in those days to do that. Good morning to Joe Woodrove. Morning. Surely if they'd done an order, then it must be able to be traced to a delivery address. You would think so, yeah. Because you'd have to put your address on before you put your card details in. I hope they get done. I hope they get done and thrown in prison, perhaps dragged up in prison and placed in an electric chair and electrocuted to death. And perhaps we could have a video of that and share it on this programme. Live if possible. It's something about watching a person on a live electric chair rather than watching a boring old recording because you know they've already gone. I want to see pain and suffering. I think we'll start off by sending Mandy around there, to be honest. Oh, hang on a minute. Wrong one. Mandy can go round there. In fact, I think Mandy would be excellent at strapping down someone like that and switching on the power on the electric chair. Well, we could have a raffle. We'd have a raffle so everyone here gets a ticket, right? And the winning ticket gets to push the button. Push those buttons now. Adam recently lost £500 out of his bank through the fraud. The bank couldn't claim it back, so I've lost it. What was that on, Adam? What was that on, Adam? £500. I think it was about £500 all those years ago with that bloke, to be honest, which was an awful lot of money then. Awful lot of money. 83, 7, 8, 9, round about 1989, something like that. £500 he tried to scam out of us. Oh, there we are. The bank looked into it, couldn't do anything, even though the bank was the same as mine. I lost it all. It's really had a big financial impact on me, and that was just recently. Wow. They couldn't give it back to you? I'd change banks if I were you, Adam. That's outrageous. We're supposed to be buffered against anything like that, aren't we? Losing money if someone defrauds us. What actually happened, Adam? Do you know what it was for or where? A little bit more info there, please. Okay. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping away here. Yeah, I'd change banks. Dear Jason Hughes, I'd change banks. I wouldn't be having any of that. I'd be really disappointed if my bank was like that. You know. Right, let's show you some pictures. First of all, JP, thanks very much for your likes this morning. 22 likes we've got today. Feel free to add another one if you want to, boys and girls. JP has sent in a couple of pictures. Here we go. There's a story to go with those as well. Let me bring up the story. Here we are. It's been out. Days out near us. Isn't that lovely? Oh, look at that. Look at that. It says day out near us. It doesn't say where it is, though. Where is that, John? There's somewhere I'd like to go. Look at that old canoe there. Oh, look. Oh, my God. You don't go canoeing down that waterfall, do you, dear? I bet that water's cold. Isn't that beautiful? Where's that canoe picture again? There it is. I've been in one of those canoes when I was in Maine in the USA, and it was actually just like that. It was just like that. Wonderful. Thanks very much for that, John. All right, John Parish sending those in. See if we can find out whereabouts that is. And also this morning, I've made a new friend. I've made a new friend. Do you like that? Tuna chunks. Very nice. Look who's come to see me, Ron, my new friend. Any love for a meal? You can hear him. Listen, you can. You can hear him licking it up. Listen carefully. Do you like that? Tuna chunks. Very nice. Look who's come to see me, Ron, my new friend. Come over for a meal. Any gorgeous? I don't know whose cat he is, but he started coming over and hanging around. Well, he'll come around a bit more now, won't he? Tuna chunks. I've got a few bits of food. I don't know where they've come from, actually. A few bits of food in my cupboard, like fishy type things, and I'm not a fish person. I don't eat anything with a face, I'm afraid. He came over yesterday. He scoffed up that fish. I'm gradually going to tempt him into my house, and he will become a friend of me. We love cats. That's that. And now, boys and girls... Oh, hang on a minute. Let's have a look there. Adam. Rather not go into it. Okay. I'm living on my credit cards, which is about maxed out. Oh, Adam. Honestly. He got scammed, though, didn't he? Online scam. Same as me, though. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Shania got scammed last year at church. Was about £5. Oh, on and on she goes about that, doesn't she? Oh, Shania, give it a bleeding rest, will you? For Christ's sake, woman. Oh, no, is it you or your dad who keeps going on about it? I'm not sure. Morning to Christopher Woodhouse. Good morning, lovely Christopher. John, that was near the Yorkshire Downs, was it? Let's have another look at that. There's just... I want to go there. Look at that. Oh, amazing. Amazing. I don't think... Have I ever been near a big waterfall? I think I have. I don't know where, though. Actually, yes, I do. It was in St. Lucia years ago. We went on this tour. I was in St. Lucia. I was the best man at my one of my scout friends' wedding about 1999, maybe. I think it was 1999. Yeah, and they stayed in St. Lucia at Club St. Lucia. And I was the best man. Sadly, his wife passed away a few years afterwards to breast cancer, unfortunately. Shona was her name. She was lovely. And they got a little girl as well, who's I think she's 18 or 19 now. Lives with my mate Andy. And we went on this trip, and this bloke was selling black soap. Black soap. And he said, how old do you think I am? He's a black guy, he was. And we're like, I don't know, about 35. He said, I'm 62. And this is the secret. And he showed us this bar of black stuff. Of course, all the Americans, now they want to buy it, don't they? So they're all buying it, the Americans. It's a bar of mud. It was, seriously, it was a bar of mud. He's selling this stuff for $20 a go. They're all, I'm thinking, you fools. The fact is, black people don't look as old as white people. That's the fact. Look at me. I mean, I must have been black in a last life, because you don't know my age, do you? Look, there's not a single line there. Can you tell? Not a single line anywhere. They're buying this stuff. Anyway, and he was standing next to a waterfall, so I have seen a waterfall before. Yeah. I was looking at a picture of myself yesterday. I thought, you look a bit... I don't think you look the right colour. But actually, yes, I do. I'm looking in the mirror, and I am actually this colour at the moment. You can tell. You see the picture of Barry's jacket there. It's white. So I haven't got the thing too far on. There's a little slider here, which makes it either red or blue. And what you see is somewhere in the middle. And the slight adjustment either side can make all the difference. This is actually my colour at the moment. I'm very, very, very tanned. And you want to see me in a pair of swimming trunks or Speedos. I look absolutely gorgeous. As Mark Bowles will tell you. He's probably seen me somewhere. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Morning, young Michael Lawrence. Hello to you. Is that everyone there? Diane. Oh, Diane's talking to Christopher there. Young Christopher, who I shall call later on. I wanted to go out for a walk today, but I'm a bit concerned we might get caught in a thunderstorm. I don't want to be knocked down by a bolt of lightning. Mind you, someone I know once said to me, if you're out and a bolt of lightning gets you, he decided, him, up there, that it was your time, and there's nothing you can do about it. No point trying to get rid of the bolt of lightning with an umbrella. It goes straight through that, mate. Morning to Carol and Dave. Morning. Carol and Dave, High Force in Teesdale, Derwent Water, Lake District there. Thank you very much, Carol and Dave. There we are. Lake District. There's a beautiful place as well, isn't it, eh? Beautiful, beautiful place. God's country is Yorkshire. You're absolutely right, Peter Palawoda. You're right. It is the most beautiful place. There is a train that goes from Whitby, and countryside that goes in, I can't tell you. It's just a stunning, stunning place. If I had someone in my life, because the houses out there, are much cheaper than they are down here. If I had someone in my life, then I would absolutely, possibly end up somewhere like that. Good. Now, okay, it's DIY time, boys and girls. Here is my lightest item of DIY. I can't wait to show. I'm very, very proud of this. I'm very, very, very proud of this. My sink downstairs in the kitchen, there's like a bit of wood that goes along the back. It's like a work surface with a hole in it. Sink, little bit of wood at the back, wall. Okay, like that. And there's a bit of wood there. And it had come up. This bit of wood had come up. So, first of all, I tried to bang it down with a nail. Limited success. I then tried with no more nails, and I thought it had stuck. Give it a little move, up it came again. So I put no more. This time I cleaned underneath the bit of wood, right? Waited for it to dry. No more nails, and I put a screw in the other end. All right. Now, some of you would absolutely hate that. Oh my God, why is there a screw there? Doesn't bother me. Couple of wires across a piece of carpet in the corner. Doesn't bother me. I don't have to have everything hidden. Pipes channeled in the wall because you don't like the look of the pipes. Doesn't bother me, right? Okay? So, little screw at the back holding this thing doesn't bother me. But, of course, that's no longer water sealed. So, I got some sealants. I got some sealant, boys and girls. And I'm very, very proud of this. Look at my expert DIY installation of sealant. Yeah, look how... Look how straight that is. Isn't that a wonderful job? You can see it above the bit of wood and below the bit of wood. Incidentally, if you think those tiles look dirty, it's not that. I'll tell you what that is. My idiot friend, I had my kitchen done out quite a few years ago now, to be honest. And he decided it would be a good idea to paint the tiles yellow. He decided it would be a good idea to paint the tiles yellow. And that is basically what you've seen there over a period of time where I've obviously washed tiles, and that's the bits that are left on there. But I think that's a pretty good job. And if you want anything done in your house at all, shelves put up, bit of DIY, anything like that at all, please get in touch and I'd only be too pleased to give you a quote. I can't do it for nothing. Cannot possibly do it for nothing. I'll be pleased to give you a quote on that of my expert DIY. All right? Well, you got to do it yourself. You imagine, down here in the south, you get a bloke to, can you come and do some sealant? Yeah, that'd be £100 call that, mate. That's what it's like down here. Horrendous. I've got no nephew down here that'll come round at the drop of a hat and assist me in my terrible DIY skills. Never mind, eh? Do you want to have a look? You have another look. Go on, have another look. There it is. I think that's pretty. It's not bad. It's almost straight, isn't it? Yeah, I squeezed it down and then went along with a finger, exactly as it says. Exactly as it says on the YouTube video. And there we are. Perhaps you've got one or two pictures of anything DIY you've done. Send it in on the email there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right? Let's do some stories then. Stray dog. I love this in the Daily Mirror this morning. A stray dog who kept showing up at a Hyundai car dealership was given the job of meeting and greeting customers and has now been adopted as the showroom's official mascot. Do you want to see him? Do you want to see him? Oh, hang on. My phone won't open now. Oh, come on. Oh, no, I've got to put the code in now. 1 minute. There we are. Oh, we love pets. Pets make prizes. There we are. Daily Mirror this morning. There he is. Oh, so cute. Not only do we see a cat, but a little dog. Look, it's all standing by, ready to take messages from people as they come in. I love it. A stray dog who was determined to land his dream job at Hyundai car dealership has seen his persistency pay off after he was given a job and a home. Oh, we love it. Earlier this year, staff at Hyundai Prime branch in Brazil spotted the dog waiting around outside the showroom and assumed he would eventually move on. But as time passed by, the stray continued to show up, and one particularly rainy night, the manager took pity on the pup and invited him into the warm for some food and water. The lonely dog seemed determined to stay, and it didn't take him long to win the hearts of the staff, who adopted him as the dealership's mascot. Oh, we like a story like that. They named him Tucson Prime and hired him as their professional consultant, giving him a staff ID badge and training him on the phones. Although the initial plan was simply to provide the dog a warm place to stay, Tucson's natural ability to greet and interact with customers earned him a promotion to front of house, as reported by Bored Panda. Love it. We do like an animal story, don't we, like that? I've got to go out later and get some more cat food in case the cat comes. He might want a meal later on. Because they get used to it, don't they? Once you give them one meal, you can't get rid of them, dear. Here's a lady. Now, do you think it's a good idea to eat the same sort of food all the time? Probably not. I think in a way I kind of do that. I don't try and rotate my meals. I don't have one item every single day. Well, this lady, all she eats is chicken nuggets. A mum weighs just 5.5 stone after eating nothing but chicken nuggets for 4 years. This lady, she's only 26. She says it's just the sight of any other food except crisps. It's enough to make her gag. The mum of 3 has gorged on the nuggets, which have to be battered and bought from Iceland after her relationship fell apart in 2016. And she's got some sort of mental disturbance there, hasn't she? Obviously, which she needs help with. Yeah, how can you just like one sort of... She should get help with this. Michaela, and she's in Middlesbrough in Teesside. Someone mentioned Teesside a moment ago. Finally managed to start consuming chicken nuggets. However, she still avoids other foods and only weighs 5.5 stone. Gosh, and she looks so painfully thin. She's obviously she's got depression or something like that, hasn't she? She doesn't look happy in the photo. I won't show it to her. Well, I mean, it's in the paper, isn't it? No. Yeah, sometimes I look at something and I thought, no, I don't want to show that to people. She looks painfully thin, and she's smiling, but there's no happiness behind that smile, I tell you. She's got 3 children. She says that I'm really worried that the children will start copying me. My youngest is a fussy eater already. It's my biggest fear she's got it from me. Well, I mean, you lead by example, don't you? You know? Just like Dominic Cummings. Oh, hi, Tom. He's just gone past. Hello, Tom. Where you going? Pontins. Have a nice time. It's going to Pontins. See you, Dom. See ya. Lovely man. No about some old bags round the corner. Oh, quick, look, I've got Dominic Cummings going away on another holiday. Oh, how exciting. Whoopee-doo. Whoopee-doo. She had a normal diet until she split up with her other half and particularly enjoyed full English breakfast. So it's some sort of mental disability there. There's pictures of her. She looks a lovely girl, but she's so thin, and she's smiling. As I say, she's smiling in the pictures, but I can tell there's just no happiness beyond that smile. I hope she finds someone else. Oh, it's sad, isn't it? Eating the same thing is not good, is it? Mari, Chris's cat friend, might be putting on extra weight with all the extra food it's having. Well, to be fair, Mari, that's the first full meal I've given it. I've usually got some cat sticks and treats in case cats visit. Honest, I have. But they've all gone. And I don't know where it came from. There was a tin of tuna chunks in the cupboard. And as you can see, it liked those. It liked those a lot. Where are we going now? What are you chatting about there? Paul and Lou went to a petrol station in the 90s. The card machine wasn't working, so he took my card off me to do it manually. Like an old carbon copy machine. Oh, yeah. Wow, I remember those. We had to use those when I worked in millets. Card, please. And well, there wasn't much fraud around then, though, was there? Like an old carbon copy machine later, the card was used to buy £1,500 worth of booze over 4 off licences in an hour. Got all the money back though. Good, good, good. John Aitken, your sealant is about as straight as you. How rude. Take the grout out and put new in. Mick, you've just seen what I did to that wall. Are you absolutely serious? You're telling me to take the grout out? Can you just imagine what would happen? There'd be great gouges in the wall. No. Anything that has to be done, got to get a bloke in and that's it. It's just absolutely pointless me trying this stuff. And the amount of people, oh, you should have done this. You can't go and do anything. Not anyone can do anything. How many of you can sit down at a piano and bang out a tune? Eh? From your head. Just a brand new... Can you do that? I can. But I can't do sealant along a sink. It's easy if you can do it. I can't do it. Netflix. We were talking about the film earlier that I've recommended to you for watching, October Sky on Netflix. Have a look at that. But if you were watching the TV series White Lines, which I really enjoyed, it was about the Ibiza parties and drug dealings and all that kind of great drama it was. Unfortunately, there's not going to be a second series, which is a great shame. It says... where are we now? The Netflix drama about an unsolved murder in Ibiza isn't coming back for a second series, according to the co-star Angela Griffin. There'd been talks of a sequel with cast members keen for filming to resume on the White Island, but former Korean actress Angela, who played sex party organiser Anna, said, will there be a series 2 of White Lines? I don't think so. So that's not coming back, which is a great shame. I enjoyed that. That was a good series, really good series. Unfortunately, it says it was all about drugs and all that going on the Ibiza Island and the dodgy characters, selling it. You don't want to ever be involved in anyone like that, But it said, but filming caused some trouble for outspoken actor Lawrence, whose dishevelled appearance frequently attracted the attention of customs officers. He said, I play this hippie dealer and I was stopped at Heathrow countless times over a period of about 6 months. They've obviously seen the thing and not put 2 and 2 together, I suppose. How funny is that? So, yeah, White Line's not coming back, unfortunately, on the telly. Do we all need to move away from coronavirus? In the Sun this morning, the world's super rich, it's people like Nick Davenport, Mark Bowles, Peter Palawoda, Shania Steele and her dad, the super rich are now looking to buy citizenship and property in coronavirus safe havens over fears of a second wave. They're all moving out, the rich. Shania's all right on the Isle of Wight. They can just stop the ferries. She stands up there with one of those machine guns as the ferries approach. Keep back! Those with plenty of cash are now hoping to secure citizenship, visa and properties in countries praised for their handling of the virus and low death tolls such as New Zealand and Thailand. Thailand, surprisingly very good at dealing with the coronavirus. One of the world's biggest residency advisory firm, Henley and Partners, said that it had seen a 40% more engagement from clients between January and April who were looking to escape to sunny beaches and remote locations should a second lockdown be brought into force. After new UK government guidelines came into play advising Brits against travel to Spain, after originally giving holidaymakers the green light, many of the world's super rich are looking for alternative lockdown options as the risk of a second wave becomes more imminent, it says here. For example, you could acquire the right to live, work and study in New Zealand for just £1.5 million. Or approximately 5.1... What is that? For £1.5 million, or approximately 5.1 million depending on the visa package you applied for. Well, it's a bit different between 1.5 and 5.1, isn't there? The country, New Zealand, has been praised for its swift handling of the virus with just 22 deaths. 22. That's all. And 1,569 cases after introducing strict border controls and placing residents in full lockdown, only leaving home for food and medical appointments. For just over £1 million, if you've not quite got the £1.5 million, for just over £1 million on a property purchase would get you a married couple citizenship in Malta. It says the company also saw clients inquire about locations such as Thailand, with just 58 recorded deaths, and also Montenegro, with a death toll of just 64. So, for some reason, no disrespect to people in Thailand, but you wouldn't have thought their, perhaps, health system was as good as ours, would you? But clearly it is. Financial Times also reported that the world's wealthy were looking to buy up private hideaways in the Caribbean and remote parts of the US and Europe. So there you go. There you go. That's what we've got to do. We've all got to move now to Thailand. Who wants to live with me? Any offers? Who wants to come and live with me? John Parish think that is North Korea, I heard. John Parish wants to go to North Korea. Is that what you're saying there, Gary? Is that... Oh, there. Sorry, message further up. In Thailand, anyone with coronavirus are shot immediately. Simple. Is that true? How do you know that? Have you got a link to a story there, John? Parknest is thinking of moving to Antarctica. No virus there. No, or people. Oh, dear. I don't know. Mike Rees just started watching a good UK suspense drama on Netflix called The Stranger. Brilliant. Is that a series? I don't seem to watch the series too much. So I like to watch films, you know, like one-off films. Rather, there's so many TV series on them on Netflix, isn't there? Right. Aeroplanes could be run on ammonia. Ammonia. Zero-emission aeroplanes could take to the skies within years thanks to British scientists who are developing technology that will allow them to run on ammonia. Well, I'm not keen on that smell. Oh, it's awful. It makes your eyes sting, doesn't it? The collaboration between Oxford-based Reaction Engines and UK Science and Technology Facility Council could see ammonia replace kerosene as jet fuel. I like the smell of jet fuel, don't you? Oh, I love that smell. I go up to the engines and start sniffing them before I get in my business class seat. Yes, please. It says, unlike kerosene-based jet fuel, ammonia is less of a fire hazard and burns without releasing the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide. Just like the conventional jet fuel, ammonia could be stored in the wings of a plane, but unlike its kerosene-based counterpart, ammonia does not burn so easily on its own, making it far less of a fire hazard. In order to be burned in a combustion chamber, ammonia needs to be mixed with hydrogen, which can be released from ammonia itself using heat and a catalyst, and then it gets a little bit technical. It says, given that the switch to ammonia would, at its minimum, only require minor additions to conventional jet engines, airlines could make use of the cleaner fuel without needing to completely replace their current plane fleets. So that's interesting, isn't it? Story in the Daily Mail if you want to read a little bit more than that. Not that there's many planes flying at the moment, of course. You know, have you seen the pictures of them on the news? They're all like stacked up on these various runway. All very neatly parked, aren't they, planes? Have you noticed that? In airports, outside. Always very neat. Everyone's sort of in its own position. I don't know how you know, whether it's like within a couple of inches or something like that of where it's supposed to be, but they always look very neat, planes parked. Here's something else for you to worry about, boys and girls. Sun flares are coming towards us as we speak. Again in the Daily Mail, a massive sunspot has been observed. Not with my binoculars. Never look at the sun, dear. Don't be silly and start looking at the sun through binoculars. You won't be able to anyway. Burn your eyes out, mate. A massive sunspot observed on the sun is turning towards Earth and expected to increase in size over the next few days. Very worrying. The sun has got spots. Could be smallpox. Or the Black Death. The sun has got legions growing on it. We need to send antibiotics immediately to the sun to assist it. It's primarily a dark core within about the width of Mars, this particular spot, and a number of crater-sized spotlets littering its surface. The sunspot is a member of a solar cycle 25, which is the new 11-year-long period of electromagnetic activity, and was observed crackling with minor flares. Oh my God. So, see? Flares. Was that one there? I'm sure it saw a flare come up. We need to always walk around with an umbrella. Always walk around with an umbrella. You see that solar flare coming towards you, put your umbrella up. Give you a terrible suntan. You might even be burnt by the solar flare. I think it knocks out satellites and electrical systems and things like that. So there we go. Something else to us to worry about, boys and girls. Always walk around with an umbrella. And there we are. There's our little show for you today. Who wants a raffle ticket? Speak now, people. Speak now, raffle people. Who wants a raffle ticket for this morning's raffle? And I shall get your tickets ready. Chatting away there. Oh, look at that. Parknest Reaction Engines are working on an air-breathing rocket engine for their Skylon spacecraft, sort of Sabra. I like a technology thing like that. I do like technology stories. Mark Bowles is going to live with me. Well, get on the train and hurry up, dear. Chop, chop, dear. Chop, chop. We haven't got all day to wait. Here we go, then. Raffle ticket time. Maureen, 421. Michael Pullman, 422. Shania, 423. Taking a break from the machine gun that stops ferries landing on the Isle of Wight at the moment, aren't you, my love? No virus here. Keep back. 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 John Aitken, 424. Gary Davidson, 425. Michael Lawrence, 426. Diane Jebb, 427. Andy, 428. Mick Davenport, 429. Jason Hughes, 430. Joe Woodruff, 431. Mari, 432. Scrolling up. Simon Steele, 423. Sorry, have I got those numbers wrong? I've got those numbers wrong there. Joe Woodrow, 431. Mari Lowe, 432. Simon Steele, 433. Mark Bowles, 434. Is that everyone? Ross Herndon. Morning, Ross. 435 for young Ross. Anyone else? Have I missed anyone out? Please speak now, or forever hold thy peace. Anyone been missed out on the raffle tickets? Say so in the bottom there, and I'll get back to you. Okay, meanwhile, let's do today's birthdays. Yes, it's birthday time, boys and girls. There's only one birthday today, actually, and our birthday this morning is Daz. Good morning, Daz. A big happy birthday to Daz for this morning. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right, Daz, just one today. One birthday today. Happy birthday day, Daz. And a raffle ticket for Gary Ross, 436 for Gary Ross, okay? 436 for Gary Ross. All right, boys and girls, it's time for a game of bingo. It's a daily bingo game. Should have received a little ticket this morning, which says virtual card for Tuesday, the 11th of August, 2020. That is that ticket that we're playing. Let's bring up the bingo board. Have you got your tickets ready, my darlings? Got your tickets? Now, do remember, it's our quiz tonight. For the first time tonight, our quiz will be played out in the pub at Central Station. So it'd be very interesting to see how that goes this evening. It should be roughly almost exactly the same as it is normal. I might have to read a couple of little bits and pieces out with special offers and things going on in a pub. So once again, perhaps you might want to go down there tonight, you know, give it a little bit of support. Quiz tonight at Central Station, the same one as you can watch on here. The quiz starts exactly the same as it does here, 8 o'clock. But the difference is down there is a prize. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, I believe it's a £20, I was going to say book voucher. Who wants a book voucher? Don't get those anymore, do you, book vouchers? I think it's a £20 bar tab, okay? That's the prize down there today, £20 bar tab. Okay, I think. So that's down at Central Station tonight at 8 o'clock. On the little screen there is our quiz. I'll have to select a special outfit tonight, I think. All right, okay, all ready for the bingo? Make sure your time's the same as mine. It's just coming up to 19 and a half minutes past 10 o'clock, boys and girls. 10:19. You need to cross off all the numbers on your bingo ticket. As soon as you've completed that whole bingo ticket, shout bingo in the text box or text it on the mobile phone. Here we go. Eyes down for your first number, which is all the ones, legs 11. Enjoy your day, John. 4 and 7, 47. All the threes, 33. 7 and 5, 75. 3 and 1, 31. Who's going to win the extra raffle ticket this morning? All the fives, 55. 4-0, blind 40. 3 and 4, 34. 8 and 4, 84. All on its own, number 4. 1 and 4, 14. 5 and 7, 57. If anyone's watching this morning and you want to join us for the weekday bingo, and you're going to be here most of the time, then just pop us an email saying, please add me to the weekday bingo if you're not already getting the tickets, and I'll do that for you. All right, no trouble. 6 and 2, 62. 3 and 5, 35. 8 and 7, 87. 3-0, blind 30. All the sixes, 66. Clickety click. Click those fingers, my darlings. 7 and 1, 71. All on its own, number 3. 8 and 3, 83. 3 and 2, 32. 1 and 2, 12. 5 and 6, 56. 2 and 3, 23. 1 and 7, 17. All on its own, one little duck, number 2, quack. Blah. 5 and 1, 51. 8 and 5, 85. Boris's Den, number 10. 3 and 9, 39. All the fours, 44. All on its own, number 1. 5 and 3, 53. 2 and 9, 29. 7-0, blind 70. 1 and 8, 18. 6 and 9, 69. 2-0, blind 20. 6-0, blind 60. 6 and 3, 63. 1 and 5, 15. 4 and 9, 49. 4 and 2, 42. 8 and 2, 82. 6 and 8, 68. 3 and 8, 38. All on its own, little number 7. 2 and 1, 21. 6 and 4, 64. 8-0, blind 80. All on its own, number 6. 7 and 9, 79. 2 and 4, 24. 5 and 8, 58. 1 fat Chris, number 8. Top of the shop, blind 90. 8 and 1, 81. 1 and 6, sweet 16. 6 and 1, 61. 3 and 7, 37. All on its own, number 9. 5-0, blind 50. 2 and 8, 28. 5 and 4, 54. 6 and 5, 65. 2 little ducks, 22. Quack, quack. Unlucky for some, 1 and 3, 13. 4 and 3, 43. 7 and 2, 72. All the 7s, 77. 6 and 7, 67. 5 and 2, 52. 2 and 6, 26. 4 and 6, 46. 7 and 8, 78. 2 fat Chris's, 88. 7 and 3, 73. We have a winner on 73. Let's bring up the clock, boys and girls. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. Who's won this morning in the big money round of 1 raffle ticket? La da 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 da. Come on, gang. Who's won? Time to claim. Claim your prize immediately, boys and girls. Quick, quick. Chop, chop, dear. Chop, chop. Shania plays this on the violin. Yes! We have a claim. Oh, Paul and Lou. Paul and Lou. Paul and Lou. Still losers. 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 Oh, why are Paul and not Lou? They've never won a damn thing. And they're moderators. There's a funny smell of onions in here now. Oh, I think it's me. I knew I should have had that shower last night. My armpits smell of onions. Mark Bowles has won today. Is that the first time you've won the bingo? Is it? I don't know. Here's the numbers. 4, 17, 21. Have you got the thing up there? 4, 17, 20, 21, 32, 47, 49, 50, 56, 65, 67, 72, last number 73, 84 and 88. Congratulations to Smelly Shorts, Mark Bowles. Yeah. Oh, Mick Davenport's just been sick. Let me give you another one. Raffle ticket. 437, Mark. Mark Bowles, 437. Just a reminder, gang. Make sure you write your raffle ticket numbers down, okay? Write your raffle tickets down, Mark Bowles. There you go. All your raffle tickets about to go into the little pot there. Well done, Mark. Congratulations, darling. Another chance to win the little fridge magnet next week. Let me just shut that down there. Good, excellent. Okie doke. Anyone there? Let's have a look. Is it green onions, Chris? I've no idea. There's this funny smell of onions coming out my armpits. How strange is that? I'll take the date, thanks, Chris. Yes, dear. Yes. All right, gang. So I'll see you for the quiz tonight. 8 o'clock is quiz time on this channel that you're watching there now. Please tell your friends. I'm going to stick up a poster in a moment on my Facebook wall, facebook.com/Chris Wren UK. If you can cut and paste that and put that on your own walls, and then we can get a few more people watching this evening. And of course tonight it will also be on the screens in Central Station. That's the quiz tonight from 8 o'clock. Have a lovely Tuesday, and I'll see you a little bit later. Good night now. Good night. Good morning. Good morning.